I think a lot of people are wary of partnerships because, they get screwed. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, there is no doubt it's going to happen. And if it happens, you just have to make sure you have that state of mind where it's like, I can live with myself because I'm the one that's like doing things the right way. We've gotten screwed so many times, man, with different business deals and things like that. And it's like, you just don't let it push you down, man. You just move on and, do the next thing. Genuinely, dude, like finding someone like you is the exact reason that like we were successful in e-commerce back in 2017, learning from like the people that are willing to give back.
This is just what's so cool about entrepreneurship is like what hopefully it's exciting for my audience to hear these things, even if they're just starting, because like you and I mean, you started in 2015, I started in like 2017, yeah. And I can kind of see that 2-year delay in terms of like what you know and what I know. So just hopefully that's like, it gives people hope in the future that as long as they stick to the grind and the journey, they'll get to that place that they want to get to.
For sure. Every day, like we're leveling up, and it's so humbling, man, because I feel like the better you get at it, the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know anything. Because you're going to put yourself in a room with someone that's doing 5 times what you're doing. You're like, damn, how can I even toot my own horn when this person's so far ahead? Right. And it's not like a gratefulness thing. It's like you're still grateful, you're still humble, but it just like shows you that you have so much more to learn. And I love that, man. I love that about entrepreneurship.
So true. And I do notice like it is like a time thing too. Like age really isn't the reason why someone's successful or anything. It's just time spent. Like, for example, I learned about this guy that was like, he reached like 100 million a year and he's like 32. So I was like, what the hell? That's crazy. I'm like, how did he do it? But he said he started his first business at like 12. So this is his 20th year in business. Man. So I'm like, damn, okay. So like once I'm 20 years deep, maybe I'll be there too,
And honestly, dude, like it's never too late. And I say that because I'm probably older than most of your audience. I turned 31 this year. And like I was still a college dropout at 23. That's when I first stepped into e-commerce, was like 23, 24. Before that, I was a waiter, man. And I was making like $9 an hour, like it's really never too late. There's no timeline to it, but it's like you said, it's, whatever you start from that point on, just every single day, your goal is to make yourself 1% better. Dude, 10 years from now, you'll be unrecognizable. And that's the game.
That's amazing, man. So my next question, we'll try to wrap this up soon here, but I'm curious, when it comes to networking, do you put any emphasis on that, or do you just work on the business and like just let people kind of find it? How much value do you place on networking?
Yeah, I actually, like, it's funny because me and my co-founders were so different. And I think that's a beautiful thing, right? Because we bring different things to the business. I am that person that will network as much as I can. And it's really cool because like you never see the immediate benefit of networking usually, but it comes in like waves. Mm-hmm. So for example, I'll go out of my way to meet as many people as I can. Example, getting on this podcast, getting to meet you, and maybe nothing happens today, maybe nothing happens tomorrow, but 1, 2, 3 years down the line, you might send me a friend that's looking to sell their business and they're the perfect acquisition for me. You might have someone in your network that's an incredible person that's looking for an opportunity to work. And like, we have this, vacant spot that we need someone in that has that skill set. And so like the way that networking finds its way like around and helps out, it's incredible, man. And I think like I'm fairly consistent with saying that it's so worth your time and effort. I know other like venture capitalists and people that are like super high level, they'll say like to be really wary of doing too much networking, and they're right. Like, you have to make sure you're doing a lot of deep work too. Yeah. Some people, all they're doing is showing their face, going to places, but like they're not doing anything. So like having a good balance is super important. My co-founder, on the other hand, like never networks. He's like a ghost online, but he's one of like the most incredible e-commerce minds that I've ever met. And so, but luckily he has me, and so we like balance each other out, So
how did you guys find each other?
We've honestly been best friends since middle school.
Oh wow!
And so yeah, we just like were doing nothing together till like 23, 24, and then when we had that, there was like this person in our community, he was like a little bit older. We played basketball with him and stuff. He was the one that was like our third co-founder,
Mm,
and he was the one that sold a Game of Thrones t-shirt online, made it successful. I actually asked him for an office job, just like something $10 an hour back then, and he was like, hey, help me out with this e-commerce thing because I made a ton of money doing it. And so we kind of just started working with him. We were like his VAs almost.
yeah.
And then, we proved ourselves to be so valuable that we became like 33% partners across the board.
Wow.
And so that's kind of how it like came to fruition.
That's so cool. I mean, I agree. I think you said a really good point that you and your partner like are different and how beautiful that is. I think that's like one of the most powerful things ever is if you can find somebody that can complement your skill set and you can build a good partnership or a good relationship. Oh man, like that's awesome. That's the best.
As long as you guys have like similar values at core, like your
Right.
like integrity, knowing that you can trust this person in general, like as long as you guys have those same values, everything else like is totally is going to add up. And I think a lot of people are wary of partnerships because they get screwed and things like that. And my takeaway from that is just like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like there is no doubt it's gonna happen. And if it happens, you just have to make sure you have that state of mind where it's like, well, I can live with myself because I'm the one that's like doing things the right way. We've gotten screwed so many times, man, with different business deals and things like that. And it's like you just don't let it push you down, man. You just
Yeah.
move on and do the next thing.
True. I guess you would rather it like happen sooner than later too,
Yeah.
Probably better to get screwed sooner than later when the
Straight up.
stakes are higher.
I say the same thing about like friends that might get cheated on or something. I'm like, it's better it happened now, before you married this person,
True.
before you made a life with them. So it's yeah, totally right, man.
Wow. Well, man, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. I mean, I'm obviously gonna I even have somebody actually in my community that has a sick canvas store that I used to help
That's
a long
awesome,
time
man.
ago. So I'm like, whoa, this could be a good,
Love to
potential
talk to them, man.
opportunity. But yeah, man. So I really appreciate you. Where can people find you? Where do you want people
Yeah,
to look you up at?
best place would be Instagram. I respond to all my DMs. So DTC Ahmed, that's my handle. Definitely thinking about starting like a newsletter at some point, specifically on print on demand because that's what
Mm,
like my career has been built on. How to create custom products and things like that. So yeah, I mean, Instagram is the place to go. And I just wanted to
sweet.
say, man, like I love everything you're doing for the community, man. Like genuinely, dude, like finding someone like you is the exact reason that like we were successful in e-commerce back in 2017, learning from like the people that are willing to give back. And
Mm.
I don't know if people tell you that enough, man, but I
Thanks,
appreciate what
bro.
you're doing, man. It's awesome.
Appreciate that, man. That's good to hear. Really appreciate that. But yeah, we'll have to connect again. Maybe do a part two in like 6 months. I love doing that with
No doubt,
people.
man.
It's always fun to see like how
I'd,
things have
I'd love that,
changed.
man.
Hell
Whether
yeah.
things go north or south, I'm happy to share transparently, man. If it
Sweet.
went south, it probably have a ton of learnings to share. So
Exactly.
I'd be so down for that, man.
Awesome, bro. All right. Well, thanks
Cool.
everybody, and thanks again,
Talk soon.
Ahmed. We'll talk
Bye.
soon.